Hey, welcome to Brunch with Brian this morning. I have some things I want to talk about today. Don't I always have something I want to talk about? Yes. And today I want to talk about winning and losing. It's been a crazy football season. It was a wild tennis match yesterday. I love tennis. And so there was a lot of winners and losers in the world of football. Now, I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan from Minnesota originally, and I always rooted for the Vikings, and they lost the Super Bowl 4 times between the time I was 8 and 14. They went to the Super Bowl and kept losing. And it was hard, and they have done studies on this. When your team loses, do you feel more like a winner? Do you have more confidence or less confidence? And people tie their self-esteem to their team's performance. I like to relate this back to real estate because I really like to win. And I am a competitive person, and Lynette's a competitive person. So we're both, pretty competitive, and we like to win. But here's the thing. In real estate, how often do you have to win? If you get, enough leads, and we want you to get a good amount of leads per month, 20 to 50 calls to sellers. I like closer to 50. I'd like you to be thinking about talking to 20 sellers a week. So that'd be 80 calls a week or 80 calls in a month. So how many of those do you have to win with? I mean, really just one a month. I mean, really not even that. If you want to really succeed in real estate, you can do extremely well in real estate part-time, doing 5 or 10 deals a year. If you're doing the right kind of deals, if you're doing some buy and hold, lease purchase exit strategy, seller financing on the front end. So creative financing deals that we love. And you don't have to win that many. I mean, we lost out on tons of deals over the years, but then we get the ones that you get pay off. And so you don't have to win every time. And sometimes this is a frustrating situation for some of us who like to win and want to win all the time and work hard to win. And so here's what I want you guys to focus on. When you do not win, when you don't get the deal and someone else gets it, or whenever you don't win, or whenever your team doesn't win. When your team doesn't win, it's harder because you really don't have any direct impact as much as you think. Maybe putting your beer mug upside down and counting to 10 or something. Your little superstitions have an impact on the outcome. You don't have a lot of changes you can make in your life to impact that outcome. But when you're doing your real estate or anything that you have a say in, anything in your life that you want to win or lose, and that's down, that could be anything. It could be something at your regular job. It could be your real estate. It could be in relationships, although, that's not really the best way to think about relationships as a win and lose thing. But the more you can learn from losses, just write that down. If you're a good note taker, is just learn from losses. And that's probably the thing I've done the best in my whole life is, I've had a lot of losses, and we all have losses as we go along. And if you're in real estate, for sure, you're not going to win every time. And so just got to learn and improve. So, and as long as you consistently improve, as long as you learn something, it's not a loss. So you can turn a loss into a win by learning. I share this once in a while, but my life purpose is to leave a legacy of love, learning, and land. Okay, the land part is pretty much taken care of. We got lots of land we're going to be giving the kids, so that'll be part of our legacy. Love, I work on that all the time. But having that in my mission statement, my life purpose statement, is helpful, because sometimes when I'm feeling not the best or whatever, or something is annoying me, I just start thinking, well, come on, that's not part of my legacy to leave a grouchy, picky, annoyed person. No, it's to leave more love. So I try to get that out of my mind and focus more on the love. So love, learning, you guys know that I've been teaching real estate for 20 years almost. And I taught the kids things, so I really believe in learning. I think you can become a whole new person by learning. So if you can take a loss and use that as a reason to learn something, to get better at something, that's the best approach. So, because you can't once the deal is lost or the game is lost, you can't go back and change the past. All you can do is change your behavior in the future and in the moment. So you can bemoan a loss, and I've bemoaned a lot of Vikings losses. 1998 was really hard, and I have all the really bad memories, and that I wish I didn't have. But so you got it. But and the problem, like I said, with a football team, I can't really do anything. I have no impact on what the Vikings do. So I can't say, well, I'm going to change this and I'm going to change this, and then the Vikings will do better. So that's the frustrating part of being a fan. You really don't have an impact, but yet you care like crazy. So, but then be a fan in your own life. If you're a fan of your own success, you can care like crazy and you can make a huge impact. You can actually determine your success. You can be making the plays. It's like you're on the field. So in your life, in your real estate business, when you're, in a contest of winning and losing, you are the determining factor. You're on the playing field and you're bringing it. So if you lose, figure out why. Figure out, what did I do wrong? What could I have done better? You may not have done anything wrong. You may have done everything properly, but you could do it a little bit better. And sometimes, listen, especially in real estate, it's just a numbers game, and you cannot sit there and overanalyze this stuff. Okay, that's a little bit of a warning. Don't sit there and dissect every loss for 2 days and waste time doing that. Sometimes you just lose out because you lose out, and it didn't go your way, and there's not a lot you can learn from it. But a lot of times you can think, well, how can I do better? Or how can I do better in general? Okay, I lost out on that deal, but how could I just have more deals to pick from? How could I increase my marketing? How could I do this or that to ensure my success next time? How could I build more rapport? How could I have more touch points with the customer? That's good. The more touch points, the more chances you have of closing that deal. I want you to reach out to them in an email follow-ups, phone follow-ups. The more times you just reach out and they see your name, the more it seems like you're the one they're going to sell their house to if it's a seller, or that they're going to buy your house if they're a buyer. So you can win a lot more. And let's face it, there's lots of wins and losses on a daily basis. I mean, you lose a bunch of times every day. It's how you deal with it. If you just sit there and get bitter and say, oh, just chalk up another loss against me. No, but if you take it and you say, what can I do better? How can I improve? How can I just be happier in general? And you know what? If there's an area, this is important now. If there's an area in your life where you can't win, and sometimes we get into an area of our life and we just are never going to win. We're never going to win what we think we need out of that area or what we want out of that area. You're never going to get it. You're never going to win. And sometimes it's a relationship thing. Often it's a relationship thing. You're never going to get what you need out of that relationship, yet we keep on going back to it and not having it be productive. So sometimes, guys, if you're in a game that you can't win, you get out of the game. Okay, if you can get out of certain games, and sometimes that's a relationship, sometimes that's a work relationship. Sometimes just think about your life and think if there's an area that you're taking a lot of losses, emotionally even, or like, it's costing you time, or you're not as good at work because of it, or whatever, or your real estate, some area or person that's causing you like ongoing losses. Sometimes you just got to back away from that and not incur all the losses. Don't play that game. Find a different game that you can be more successful at, and that will get you the results that you want and in the way that you want. So I didn't even start out with a big idea what I was going to talk about, but that was a lot. So hopefully you guys got a lot out of that and took some notes, and you're determined to use losses. Learn from losses. Just remember that phrase, learn from losses. And like I said, you're going to have losses today. You're going to have losses tomorrow. It's just inevitable as part of being human. So let's learn from our losses and then try to let go of them. All right. Now that's part that I'm not so good at. Learn and let go. That would be really good. Write that down. Learn and let go. Learn from losses, then let go. And sometimes, certainly you guys, I'm not letting go of some of those Vikings losses. I can't let go of them, even if I would want to, I can't forget them. So, but sometimes you got to just force yourself not to think of certain things over and over, let go of losses. That's very important. Also, that's emotional relationships as well. Certain times, certain things about things in relationships that has happened in the past, it feels like a loss. It's hard to let go of it. And sometimes the helpful part is learning. So if you find yourself just reliving some loss and you can't get over it, and it's just a real post-traumatic stress disorder situation, every time you think about it, it's an emotional hit. I want you to write down a list of what you can learn from that, whatever that situation was, whatever that loss in your mind was. Turn it into a win by just writing down on a list everything that you can learn or get better or improve about yourself or your life because of that. And then try your best to let go and just don't think about it anymore. Once you have your list, then you've taken action and maybe you can let it go. Sometimes we'll do stuff with students like writing down some past loss on a piece of paper and then burning it and writing that list of what you're going to learn and then burning that piece of paper. So letting it go is another big component of these losses. And but part of it is having a plan for the future to make sure that you won't incur those losses again. So again, that turned out to be a lot longer than I thought. All right, guys, let's do our deep breathing with a big smile. Deep breath in. Hold it a little bit and nice. Okay, one more, two more. You always do this with me, right? This is so good for you. You don't even know. Good job. All right. And always, loosen up. Always get that big smile on your face. That's a big, big thing. Come here, baby. Come here. Come here. Oh, Willow. Yep, I got the doggies. So, guys, great time today. Learn from losses, then let go. That's our affirmation for today. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Learn from losses, then let go. Let's do it again. Learn from losses, then let go. Awesome. All right, guys. So great spending this time with you. We'll see you here same time tomorrow on your Home Investing live stream, Brunch with Brian. Until then, keep expecting success, getting awesome training, learning from losses, and taking action. Talk to you real soon. Talk to you tomorrow.